All right, I think it's time for us to start. Okay. Good morning, and welcome everyone. I'm Seelan. Thank you for joining us for today's webinar, Strategies for Analyzing and Entering Foreign Market. And good morning to Mr. Ravi, Mr. Rami, and also Mr. Ahmadur, and our main speaker, Mr. Masuk. The intention behind this webinar is to give exposure to all the international business students here. And I believe we have the best speaker today to gain exposure on this topic, Mr. Mansoor Wahid Shah, Director in Madrid, with special appearance from Madrid, Dubai, and Madrid, Doha. Before we begin, I would like to briefly introduce Mr. Mansoor's professional background. He studied business administration and management, a major in economics. Mr. Mansoor previously had worked in Institute Technology Tun Abdul Razak as Assistant Branch Manager and as Strategic Human Resource Manager in Malaysia Airport Holdings Berhad before joining Madrid in 2004. Mr. Mansoor had worked in different divisions previously in Madrid, involving business delegations to foreign countries, initiating collaborations with agencies, and develop market access strategies for local products. He is currently Madrid's Director for Central, West, South Asia, and Africa Section, Exports Promotion and Market Access Division. Well, that was a brief introduction of Mr. Mansoor's successful career journey. Now, without ado, I will turn the time over to Mr. Mansoor. Please, sir.
Thank you so much, Mr. Moderator, Mr. Tamasilan P. Velusamy. You have a bright future ahead of you, Mr. Moderator. Yeah. And also, I would like to thank Dr. Amiruddin. We get to know each other when we first embark on one of the program to develop Malaysian exporters, best exporters program. Yeah. And Dr. Amiruddin is actually is the external consultant for one of the Malaysian companies. Joining me today is my team member from head office, Mr. Ravi. Yeah, he's from Negeri Sembilan, and also Mr. Rami. He is now based in Doha, and also Mr. Ahmadur based in Dubai. I would like to say my sincere gratitude to both of my team members from Dubai and Doha, because it is now 4 o'clock in the morning. That shows their commitment to the Malaysian government, Malaysian people, yeah, to our nation, for them to serve, to give their best to serve our country. I'm actually work from home. Why? Because I just came back from our trade and investment mission to Saudi Arabia and United Arab Emirates. I'm now on a 14 days quarantine. Today is my third day. I have another 11 days to go. Okay. Without further ado, UTEM is very close to me because my son graduated from UTEM. That was 2015, yeah. And now he's working for Huawei Cloud. I can assure you, UTEM provide the best student for the industry. And secondly, my former boss, yeah, my former boss was also, I'm not so sure whether he is still there as a pro-chancellor, Dato Ismail Saleh. He is one of my boss before. Okay. Mr. Ravi, can you bring up the slide, please? How am I going to run the program today? I'm going to run through Malaysia trade performance, yeah, and then about my trade and its services. And then after that, later I will invite Mr. Ahmadur and also Mr. Rami to share their experiences on how they assist Malaysian companies in penetrating the UAE market and also the Qatar market. And for your information, Mr. Amadur is not only responsible for UAE market, he is also responsible for the regional market, which include Iran, Bahrain, and others. Yeah. All right. Okay. Next, Mr. Ravi. Just to share with you, Mr. Ravi was also posted to Mumbai before he joined us 2007, taking care of Africa market, then posted to Mumbai as a trade commissioner, assistant trade commissioners, and now back in head office. The beauty of working with Matrade is that we are exposed to international posting. For example, I was posted to Johannesburg, South Africa, way back 2007 until 2011, and then I was cross-posted to Shanghai, China, from 2011 until 2015. So that is the strength of Matrade, because the knowledge that Matrade has within his team, it's 100 of years of experiences of other countries. For example, I have 9 years. My CEO have 15 years experiences, and then my deputy CEOs. So everybody have international exposure. That is the benefit that we bring into UTAM. Yeah. Okay. So as I mentioned, I will divide the presentation into two: Malaysia trade performance, and Malaysia trade performance divided into two, merchandise and also services. Merchandise mean finished product and semi-finished product, and then after that some briefly about Matrade. This is where we also share with you what are our exporter development program, that maybe some of you are actually business owner of a company, that you can also join us for our exporter development program. I will run quickly because altogether I have a lot of slides. Okay, a lot of slides. So I will run through very quickly so that I'm able to finish my slide, and then Mr. Rami and Mr. Amadou can share their experiences. Okay. This is the journey that Malaysia has taken, all this while. From 1970s, we are actually very much agriculture-based economy, and our total trade is only 9.45 billion. And then in 1990s, where we start our industrialization, our total trade also increased to 158.76 billion. And last year, our total trade reached 1.77 trillion. International trade is a very important element in Malaysia economy, because it provides opportunities for job, businesses, and others. Yeah. Next, Ravi. Okay, you can see the chart. It continued to grow, but along the way there are actually hiccups. For example, in 2002, U.S. recession is slightly deep, and then it continued to grow, and then in 2008. Again, it dipping down because of the global financial crisis. And then it start to grow again. And then if you can still remember the US-China trade war. Give me 1 minute, please. Okay, and for 2020, even though during COVID, our international trade is still growing, even though it's dipping a little bit, but it's not that much. That shows our fundamental in terms of our manufacturing are very good, even though it's dipping, total trade dipped by 3.6, export going down by 1.4, and then our imports going down by 6.3. our trade surplus growth figure. Why import is so important? Import is so important because if we don't buy things, how are we going to manufacture and sell? Just like at home, if we don't buy things, there's nothing for us to cook. So the same thing in the country. So Madrid also monitor on imports, yeah, because in order for us to, because we are a trading nation, because we don't produce a lot of things, we don't produce everything in the country, so we need to import too. If the import is dipping too much, it's not good for the economy, because that shows that we are not manufacturing new things. We are just selling whatever stock we have. That is not good for the economy too. Yeah. All right. Next. Okay, our export, more than 85% are actually manufactured goods, followed by agriculture goods, and then mining goods and others. Import also the same thing. You can see it's manufactured goods too, yeah? Because, for example, in order to assemble a PC, you need a product from all over the world, and then bring it here, and then pre-assemble, and then we send it to other countries, yeah, for another assembly, and then finally it become a finished product. Agriculture, we do buy a lot too, yeah. For example, we buy a lot of milk, yeah. Milk because from Australia, because we process in this country to make it milk-based powder, and then we export to China, yeah. So we do import a lot of agriculture goods too, mining goods and also others. Next. These are our top 5 countries that we trade with: China, Singapore, USA, Japan, and Taiwan. China, we have FTAs. Free trade agreement is very important too, yeah, for the country. That is why you can see we have 14 FTAs, if I'm not mistaken, and I can't remember how many regional FTA. This is important because these are another tool that the government use to increase trade between countries. For example, Singapore, why is it so big? Because FTA means the movement of goods are freely traded within the region. Yeah. We export also to China, Singapore, USA, Hong Kong, and Japan. And also we import also China, Singapore, USA, Japan, and Taiwan. You can see that the top 3 major trading partners, or top 4, China, Singapore, USA, Japan, and Taiwan, they are everywhere. Yeah, they are in total trade, they are in export, and they are in imports. Next. You can see E&E product continue to dominate our trades, yeah, both export and imports. Even now, you can see General Motors cannot produce the maximum output of their auto cars because shortage of chips. Yeah, we thought that because of the COVID, then the demand for E&E will go down, but instead it's going up because the reliance on smartphone, on PCs is so heavily dependent on. Okay, for example, like I mentioned to you, my son got his job with Huawei Cloud during the COVID because the highly dependence of us using internet base. And then petroleum, we sell a lot of petroleum, but we also buy a lot of petroleum. Chemical products, we buy a lot of chemical, but we also sell a lot of chemical because a lot of value-added activity is happening in the country. And surprisingly, you can see that rubber-based product is becoming very popular now. For your information, rubber-based product is not only used in pharmaceutical rubber glove, but also they are used a lot in automotive. Yeah. Right, next.